So first I wanted to quote this from one of my favorite science fiction authors, Louis McMaster Bujold. No battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. If you think about it, it kind of makes sense. You can plan on all kinds of activities. For example, you in trading, you want to be entering, low and selling when it's high. You want to make, 100% on each transaction. And so you're planning for the best, right? But at the same time, it's impossible to predict an outcome of any particular trade. So an outcome of any trade you're entering is pretty much randomly determined. So as a result, I have developed a set of rules that I keep sending to my subscribers on a daily basis. So rule number 5 for discretionary traders, and I have more than 5. I have 1 through 5, and I have the 6th one as well. And I can show you it's in my daily newsletter that goes to my subscribers. So there's trading wisdoms, and there is rule number 5: don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Take what the market gives you and move on with your life. Your profits will roll in on their own as long as you are disciplined about trailing your stops and exiting after that trailing stop is hit. Also, there is nothing wrong with selling part of the position to preserve your profits. I will give you several examples now from my personal trading that shows that we have to be comfortable with whatever market throws our way. And I was looking up the quote. Here's Louis McMaster Bujold. So here is my tweet. This is my Twitter account, and I sent this one out, MasterChartsTrading.com, on July 28th here. Long IMGN since July 21st. Nice move today. So that's my kind of proud achievement, and I have here a screenshot from my Robinhood account. So I bought it at 571 on July 21st. So let's see what happened afterwards. So here's my trade. I entered 571 right there, July 21st. Immediately the market went in my favor. Now my target was very short, $6, only to 619. So I entered 571. I wanted to have a first target at 619. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a quick profit, and I did. And I immediately had a profit of as much as 20%, basically. But notice what happened afterwards. So I'm going to show you the actual screenshots of my what happened. So here's my entry, IMGN, filled at 571 on July 21st. But then I filled my exit because what happened is I immediately moved my stop to entry. But notice what happened afterwards. Look at this big red candlestick. So here I was all hype, super happy that the trade is going my way. Next day it chopped slightly higher and then collapsed. So I was stopped out basically the next day because I put my stop at my entry so that I don't lose anything. And here's my exit on August 1st. I exited at 575, so I made a grand total of 4 cents, whereas a few days ago I was making as much as 20%. This was obviously extremely upsetting. So should I be beating myself up for that, or should I move on with my life? Of course I moved on with my life. And actually, as a matter of fact, I entered again at 557, here on Wednesday. So hopefully we'll go, my way. Maybe this time what I'll do is I'll take some money off the table at my first target. This way I at least am guaranteed a profit. It's a common thing that happens all the time, but you have to be okay with it. So my plan was for this trade to go to fresh all-time highs, and I would make millions of dollars or whatever, or at least 100%. It obviously didn't go where I wanted to go. In fact, I got stopped out just completely, basically at no loss. Very unfortunate, but it happens all the time. Here's another trade I did, SCO. This is back from beginning of 2017. I entered here on January 11th at 33 bucks. Notice that this is afterwards there was a 2-for-1 split. So here I entered at 33, and then I just very luckily I exited completely right there at 39. So that was almost a 20% gain in just about a month or so. If I waited longer, I would have probably had a lower profit. But here are my exits and entries and exits. I entered Pro Shares Ultra Short. It says 66, but actually there was a split 2-for-1, so it's 33 bucks on January 11th. And here's my exit at 39 bucks on March 14th. So again, I was okay with what the market gave me. At this time, I got very lucky because I went ahead and I closed my position entirely on the way up. But if I waited a little longer, my profits would have been cut short. And here is actual 2-for-1 split that I was talking about. Finally, here is another trade that I did, and this one, yeah, it was a loser, and I have to be okay with it as well, because in this business you have to be basically very comfortable with losing, because you will constantly lose. You don't know which trade is going to work out in your favor, which trade will be just tremendously beautiful, and which trade you'll just have to bite down and close it out. So here's my trade. I entered here May. This is Ross Stores. I thought this was going to continue higher, but it didn't. So I entered right there. May 1st, I believe. It went in my favor and then just unraveled. I decided that I don't want to find out where it's gonna go afterwards. I closed it at a loss. So here's the actual trade I wanted to show you. Ross Stores, May 1st at 64.40. Ross Stores, May 18th at 61. So this is a losing trade, and I am also okay with that. So the point I'm trying to make here, don't be greedy. Trail your stops, take what the market gives to you, move on with your life. Again, there's nothing wrong with taking profits along the way. And another, just a little bit piece of wisdom. I've traded markets for past 5, almost 6 years now. 4 years I had a public chart. You can see my public chart here at MasterCharts Trading on stock charts. So I already have 4 years of trading just publicly here. Years, remember. But here's a couple of, just a few helpful suggestions on how to survive the stock market without going crazy. So this is, I think, very important. You hope for the best, but be very much ready for disappointment. There's no way you're gonna not be disappointed in stock market. Have a life outside of trading, obviously. The stock market is not the end of it. And also, very important, develop specific coping strategies for fear and disappointment. I do a lot of yoga, I do meditation, I do physical exercise. Don't do a lot of public service, but you can consider this video a public service. I do, have some charitable contributions, obviously. And if you are a religiously inclined person, definitely religious practices are helpful. And of course, anything that lets you unplug from the markets, but hopefully nothing destructive, because alcohol, if you get really drunk or you do drugs, you will temporarily feel better, but at the end, it is not a healthy and productive kind of lifestyle. All right, so that's it for this little rule number 5. If you have any questions, comments, please hit the like button, and if you have any comments, please write them below.